Hi and welcome to
Get Real with the
English Sisters. Hello everyone.
Hello. Today, what we're going to be talking about?
Are you too accommodating for your own good?
Oh gosh,
And the number one reason this can lead to a blow up.
a blow up and a lot of anxiety and resentment. So being too accommodating.
Yeah, what does that mean? That you accommodate to other people? Like you do things for other people?
Yeah, you're just really just too nice.
Too nice for
Too
your own good.
nice for your own good. So you're always going to say yes and help others and be of service to others and perhaps...
Allow your own space to be invaded, literally.
Yes, exactly. Allow your own space to be invaded and or to have no space.
No space,
No
at
space
all.
at all, yeah,
No
because I mean we all know, you have to there is self-sacrifice in many times of our life, you've got children, you're growing up, you really
You've got
really
elderly parents to look
exactly
after.
there are times when you just have to do this.
I think, though, maybe it goes hand in hand with being able to set boundaries, healthy boundaries.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
Why are
aren't
you laughing?
Because I know how good you are at that and how I have struggled with this. So that's why I'm laughing. Because you've always been brilliant at it. Oh, no way. And you wonder maybe it's a first child
Maybe
thing
it
or it's
is.
just, yeah, sometimes I do wonder.
Character.
Yeah, personality traits. I mean, there is that thing in psychology, they call it the adapted child. Like, I think that's what it's called. And it's basically you've had to adapt in order to
survive.
Yeah, to survive and to be able to. But you're not necessarily thriving. You're just simply sort of like surviving like that and sort of accommodating to everybody else, but not really taking yourself into consideration at all, or even never.
Well, yeah, I think
I remember reading
I
that
think
not long
that
ago.
can be that definitely is the case, because like you feel as if you're not important enough to like have a say or like have your own needs met.
But you had to fit in for
But you had to fit-
self-preservation. Otherwise, you couldn't. You wouldn't be able to sort of survive, even if we're not in the literal sense. But just to fit in and to adapt, you wouldn't be able to. So you had to do that as a child. But why do so many of us continue to do it as adults? Do you think it becomes like a habit of just being accommodating?
Yeah. I think it probably does. I think it's more women do it.
Yeah, I think it becomes your way of interacting with the world, of just being really accommodating all the time.
But it could also be called that you're a pushover. But people
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, I think,
people can just do what they want with you, kind of thing.
Gosh, yeah, push over.
Yeah,
they can literally push you over and just...
especially like at work and things.
Yeah, they do
they
say
can
that...
get you to always stay late, always do that extra task, always put you on an extra project.
Yeah, take a moment, think about it. Are you
up
too...
for yourself?
Yeah, you too accommodating. Yeah, for your own good. Does this happen to you at times?
Exactly.
Sometimes you might be just too accommodating in your family life, like in your personal life, but then you can be really quite confident at work.
Exactly.
Or vice versa. Sometimes you're just really just too accommodating at work and you're just like, oh God, I just do anything to adapt and to please. Whereas in your family life, you're very determined. So maybe you can...
It's true. It can be like sectioned off.
It can definitely be sectioned off, yeah.
It doesn't always have to be the whole
No.
encompass everything in your life. It could be just in one area.
Well, like for me, I was so accommodating with my family, like with my partner. But then when it comes to business, I'm so assertive that sometimes you say...
That is unusual.
Yeah, you say, gosh, I'm shocked. But sometimes, do you remember at the beginning when we actually started working together over...
No, that is true. Yeah. That is unusual.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not the whole aspect. It could be just certain things that you're particularly like
sensitive
accommodating
about.
and you really want to make the others happy, like whether it could be with your kids or with your partner, and you really kind of want to be liked so much there and loved that you will be like over accommodating, and it can be difficult to put your needs first in one area of your life and not in others. I mean, I've just thought of it because I realized that I was like that. I am becoming more assertive now and saying no, that doesn't make me happy.
Life as well.
In my the other life I didn't need it. In my business life I'm very assertive, and I really know what I want and what my goals are and what we have to get together in all of our businesses, the other business as well. So I really don't feel like I'm accommodating at all. But at home, it's like a different thing. You know, softie, yeah. So really, I've had to learn. It's been part of a process.
I think that the thing is that if you are too accommodating for your own good, it can also end up that you just like you either have a mental breakdown, you have a breakdown at the end because you can't cope, or you blow up and you might end up hurting someone unintentionally because you don't really think. You know, at the minute you've just had enough and you just blow your top.
Yeah, and then they think,
like
where's this come from?
Yeah, and they have no idea because they don't even realise that you're
I just asked you to do that, or I don't know, go and pick this up and that, and you think...
It's also, you don't like to say, I'll do this for you today, but then you do something for me tomorrow. You don't like to feel
not
as
in
if
your
it's
personal
tit
life.
for tat.
No.
Do you?
Not really. No, it's not very nice. But then life is based on give and take.
But then if you make people more aware of the fact that you are actually, doing them a favour, helping them out, maybe if there's a way of saying it like that, okay, this time I'll help you out because I can, but maybe next time I won't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like if you're in the business world or you're working, it can be sort of more normal to do that. Okay, yes, you can do this time, but next time I won't be able to help you on your project.
Yeah.
Or whatever. No, I'll see you today, but I won't be able to see you tomorrow, blah, blah. But when it's like at home, it becomes like the boundaries aren't quite, especially,
so clear.
Like we've had kids, now the kids are adults. We know they don't listen to this podcast, but if they do, hey.
They do.
You're all grown up, you're adults now, and we've had to set different kind of boundaries, haven't we?
Yes.
Because otherwise, especially if they're still living with us, and I found that I was just too accommodating, saying, sure, do this, have us, I don't know. It's I've learned how to not be so nice
and it makes you feel better.
Ultimately, definitely.
So in the end, it makes you a nicer person.
Yes, absolutely, it makes you a nicer person because you're
happier. You're more fulfilled.
You're more fulfilled. You can be more relaxed.
Not so overworked.
Yeah, not so overworked. More relaxed. So, but I think, well, this is for me, but I think for you out there, I bet it's more or less the same thing. Come on, if you're too accommodating.
Lots of people, I think it happens to. All of us at some point or other in our lives, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and it's not really just depending on what sex you are or whatever. I just think it's a human behaviour.
Yeah.
It's just a human behaviour, really. It can happen to anybody.
I do think it happens more to women, though, because we have been brought up like that.
To be accommodating, culture-wise.
To look after people, to take care of people, to multitask a lot more, to do more. Even though, we grew up in London, it was very avant-garde at the time, and it was very fair, and if anything, they're talking more about feminism now and everything than they were then, because we just took it for granted that we were like equal to men, and we had equal roles and everything. But I do think that that women do take on a lot more than men, and because they feel that they should.
Yeah.
Because I think it's been like culturally embedded in us. From when we're little.
I mean, I'm thinking again about my personal, because I'm thinking like of my hubby. He is so accommodating at work. I mean, he's like a bit of a pushover for clients. He'll do anything for the client, like stay late, do this, and I'm having to teach him not to be so accommodating. But at home, if it's I say go and cut the grass, he'll say no. I don't feel like cutting the grass. I mean, he's very sure he's assertive at home. He knows what he wants to do.
So he's got the opposite.
Yeah. And so I think that's also maybe a cultural thing, because like in commerce and being a tradesperson, you had to like say, oh, the client always comes first, you know, to the point of just being a pushover, really. Sometimes I say, come on, you've got to be more assertive here. You know, I think it's funny. So I think it could be like this gender thing, where at times it happens to one gender more at work or one gender more at home.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from you.
We would love to hear from you, because it is a bit of a tricky thing. Being nice but not being too nice. And then you have to realise that this is something that you do. I think you have to say, yeah, it's true, I am like that.
I think at the end of the day, if you're finding that you're saying that's getting on my nerves, or if somebody starts getting on your nerves, then you may, you know, just take it back a step and say, well, what happened for that to have that happen?
Yeah.
You know, what happened? What did someone ask me to do? What did someone say? What did someone do? Where was the boundary
broken? Yeah, sort of. It was too much.
Was there a boundary? Was there no boundary in the first place? Maybe I didn't set a boundary and they didn't even know about it. Sometimes you have already set the boundary, but the people just decide to break it, because some people don't respect boundaries, and you have to really keep repeating over and over
Repetition,
again,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, until they finally get it. Because if you say no once, but then you keep saying no, in the end, everyone nearly gets it. They get it because you don't do it.
Because you don't do it.
If you say no a couple of times and the third time you just go and do it, whatever, I'll go and do that washing again or whatever.
Yeah. Like in the home. Yeah. The classic situation. Yeah. You say, do your washing, do that, and then you end up doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
You want to.
Not because you want to, but yeah, sometimes it's also about control. So you have to let go of control. And you think you're being too accommodating, but you're just too controlling. So that's also a question. Am I being too controlling?
That's a good one.
Yeah, or am I too accommodating? So wonder a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Because there's something to wonder about, really, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think you've hit it on the nail there.
Yeah, because sometimes you think, am I too accommodating or am I too controlling? So sometimes you're just too controlling.
Yeah, and you don't want to just let go.
And but are we getting confused here? Not really. No.
I think that's a good point. It comes hand in hand. Because it's not always too accommodating. Sometimes you want to take control of the situation, especially in the home, I think.
In the home more, yeah. Oh, no, at work as well. You say, no, let me do it, because you'll be doing it perfectly. And then the apprentice or the other person.
I think that are you too accommodating for your own good? Does that still apply in that case?
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, maybe not. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Yeah, kind of. It's human psychology is so intertwined. It's very difficult to separate topics like we're doing in this podcast, because really it's all mingled.
It's like a minestrone soup.
Yes, it's such a mingle of emotions. Everything's so it is. Yes, it's you're too accommodating. Sometimes it could be you can't make decisions as well, like we said in the other podcast. You just don't know. You sit at a coffee shop and you ask somebody, would you like tea or coffee? And they say, and they wait for you to decide, what are you going to have? Tea or coffee? And you say, but surely.
Then you're wondering if you are accommodating because you want them to decide, or is it because...
whatever they have, I'll just have it, because you're, so I think if you are like that, then you should really start understanding that. Make your decisions and learn how to make even small decisions like that. And then
step by step.
Step by step, definitely. And then start asking for things as well, like at home. Ask in the relationship you have. Ask that person, hey, can you make me a cup of tea or coffee, and see what happens. Even things like that,
I think that can really help.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was silly. No, I think it can really help, because it's like, hey, can you get me the water, or can you get me this? It's like they're forced to get something for you and then say, oh yes,
that was an effort.
Whether it was an effort or not.
No, but they might think that, and then they might think, oh, that was
nice, yeah. And then the
they're
next
always
time
doing that for me.
Yes,
and,
exactly.
And I appreciate it more now.
Yeah, when I make it for them, oh, that's nice as well. Yeah, to have these little habits of saying no.
Interchanges.
Yeah, I want to have my breakfast in bed, for example. Like I always used to make my husband bring my breakfast in bed every day for like 20 years. And then he rebelled, yeah. Then he just suddenly rebelled one day, and I thought, what the hell? I want my breakfast in bed, he said. And I thought, well, okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, I brought it to him. It was a big effort, but in the end, I did it. And now, every now and then, it's like we'll always have breakfast together, but it's not in bed anymore. Sometimes I'll bring it to him in bed, but when he brings it to me in bed now, I really appreciate it more than before. Because, yeah, I was getting quite spoilt at it. It was like becoming a little habit.
It was a habit.
It was a habit, yeah. It was sweet. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah,
I'm going to ask
remind you.
I'm going to ask for that again.
Be in for a fright.
No, he won't. He actually quite likes it. He's really sweet. He'll go to the bakery.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he actually quite enjoys it. Well, I don't know. We won't want to do it every day, but we'll do it like on a weekend or something.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And you have more time.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be sweet. But yeah, I mean, asking for things like that, like me, I don't think I would do that. Like become more and more accommodating in my personal space. So I'm going to do that now as a little exercise. I'm going to say, I want my breakfast in bed again. I've just thought of it now. Like, because I'm working on myself.
But that's not becoming more accommodating.
No, I mean, no, it's the opposite of it's not more accommodating. That's,
You're just using this for your own good here. No. The podcast has turned sinister. It's taken a sinister turn.
No, it's not a sinister turn. It's because I was saying before I was too accommodating in the home. Like, I'm the caretaker. I'm the one that plans the meals and makes the coffee. Come on, you're always telling me. Yeah. Yes. And so I'm thinking, asking for things again. Yeah. Because I forgot about it, to tell you the truth.
You forgot to ask.
I forgot to ask. Yeah, because I'm accommodating. That's
there
why I'm too accommodating for my own good. At home. There you go. And you're not, are you? Neither at home. Sometimes you are. I think we all are a little bit.
I think I am as well. But I'm more assertive.
Oh, no. You're always asking for things.
Not anymore as much. I used to be more asking for things.
Yeah. Maybe you have to ask for more as well.
Yeah.
I do forget about it, because we've both been in relationships for over 30 years.
I think when you've been in a relationship for a long time, you tend to do a lot of things just automatically as well, and you don't even think about it.
It's a shame, really.
But I do set boundaries.
Yeah.
Share the tasks.
The task, you're very good at that, aren't you?
Yeah, share, because otherwise I do think you feel overburdened.
You do feel overburdened.
Yeah, like all the housework and everything, a lot of it's shared in our household. We all share it.
Yeah, that's great.
Whereas you don't, do
No.
you? It's mostly you.
No, I do it. That's it. I mean, I love putting the washing machine on. That's like my obsession. So I love hanging out the clothes. I mean, here in Italy with this sunshine and they dry. I don't know. I mean, I love seeing this clean clothes thing. So I do love that. So, okay, that's one thing I love. But I don't particularly love other things. Like shining and polishing and that. I'm not that crazy about that. So, yeah, that would be nice to have it more shared. You're staring
emptying the dishwasher and things like that.
Yeah, I just do that all by myself in the morning.
That's not on, is it? No, we all have turns for that.
Yeah, and that's just because I don't ask, really. Yeah. He just goes off and then finds his breakfast ready, my husband, yeah. Lucky him. No more. He's going to bring it to me now. I will not be too accommodating for my own
What do you
good.
find
because
in
it
your
does-
own households? Are you too accommodating? Do you have this where
Yeah.
you tend to do everything?
Yeah, because it is nice. It is nice. Afterwards, you feel so...
But you feel more loving, don't you?
You feel
Feel more
loving, and you
appreciative.
feel happy and more content, as if your needs have been...
I think sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish and not so accommodating to feel better. And then when you feel better, I think everyone feels better around you.
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
don't tend to have that explosion where you just
Oh, no.
get really angry or start shouting or something.
Yeah, I don't really do that.
No, because I think you're too accommodating.
So I'm so accommodating,
You
I don't
even
even
get
shout.
angry unless it really is too
But
much.
when is it too much?
Well,
sometimes
the other day
no.
it nearly was.
Oh yeah, the other day it nearly
You
was.
took
And like
it into hand.
like a couple of years ago when I said to the grown-up kids, I'm
Yeah.
not doing your laundry anymore,
Yeah.
because since I like doing laundry. But then one day I just thought, gosh, this is just overwhelming. There's just so much of it. I can't handle it. So I'm working and doing the laundry. It was so much. It was like a laundromat in this house. Laundrette, yeah. It was terrible. But yeah, I mean, anyway, yeah, you've got to learn, I think. It's step by step,
They're life
asking for
lessons,
things.
aren't they?
They're life lessons, yeah. You got to learn, ask for things. Think about it. You too accommodating for your own good. That's it. For your own good is the important part. Because you can be accommodating.
Yes, of course.
And that's fine.
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's lovely. Because you're nice and you're accommodating. Okay, great. But if it's too much for your own good, then it means it's doing you bad. And it's not doing you any
It's
good.
not helpful anymore.
No. So you've got to ditch it. You've got to learn to be, yes, more assertive and ask for things. Start small, and next thing you'll be asking for a holiday and, anything you
the
want.
funny thing is that
Then you
people
all enjoy it.
you all enjoy it, and people appreciate you more, I think,
Yeah.
when you're a little bit more demanding.
Oh, I think so, definitely. Because they feel safe.
But I think
That's
that's
the
the
irony
sneaky, that's
in
the
it.
ugly truth in
The
it.
ugly truth.
Because the ugly truth, once more, is that you think you're accommodating and it's doing you well, but in the end, it's not serving you.
It's not serving others
And
either. Because if
or
you're
others.
doing everything for
Yeah.
them, they don't have the joy in doing it for themselves.
And they don't learn
and
they
grow,
don't grow, and
whether
they don't,
outside or inside your personal world, it's the same thing. They don't grow, they don't learn. You don't give them a chance to learn.
Exactly.
At work, in the business, if you're always taking on everybody else's stuff and being really accommodating, how are they ever going to learn?
Yeah, they think that you're helping them in that moment, but you're not really always. Sometimes you are.
Sometimes you are,
Not
but you
always.
can help, but not do it for them. That's the thing. Oh well, have we wrapped it up once
I
again?
think we have
I
wrapped
think
it
we
up.
have wrapped it up.
Please follow us on Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and do come and watch on YouTube as well, because
Yeah.
we do make a video recording.
We
of
do,
this.
and let us know whether you're too accommodating for your own good, what your thoughts are on it,
And what you're going to change if you.
what you're going to ask for.
Yeah, what you can ask for.
Let us know.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Lots of love.
And smiles from the
English sisters.
Bye-bye.
Bye.